Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel, News Info TV, where we bring you all the good news and the latest gist where they happen for Nigeria and the world beyond. And Governor Soludo has threatened to sanction any worker that will obey Simon Ekpa's sit at home again. He's saying that he does not care what happens, that if you try and obey sit at home on Monday, that you should be ready to lose your job. But before we go into that news and what made him to say that, if this is your first time of joining us on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Also like this channel, comment, share, and also on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to keep. That's the love you will show us on Info News TV. Of course, you know that this Monday sit at home started when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria by Nigerian government because he went for Kenya for a conference in order to bring about the actualization of the land of freedom, the Biafra land. But on the process, as the government did some Nlolo there, he was extraordinary rendition from Kenya back to Nigeria. And because of that, the IPOB members, especially Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is now the Prime Minister of Biafra, issued a sit at home so that to commemorate and also to respect the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Of course, you know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is taking, following step by step from what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. No wonder Simon Ekpa said that he is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's disciple. Of course, if you have been watching some of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcasts, you will see where he is praising Simon Ekpa, commending him. Though so many people are talking against Ekpa, but Mazi Simon Ekpa has been taking some bold steps lately. First of all, he was able to achieve the Biafra government in exile, and as it stands now, he has worked to be able to get with his team to have an office in Finland and even another one in the United States of America. And they are still working hard. They are still, they have their work schedule and also their memorandum and, their plans of what they want to do and what they actually want to achieve this year. The other time, he went to the United Nations. He wrote to them, telling them that the 1914 amalgamation has ended, that every amalgamation ends according to Nigeria's amalgamation in 1914 when the white man, that was during the time of Lord Lugard, brought the three this separate nation together and made them one. He amalgamated them into one nation. That's the northern part, the western part, and the eastern part. And then these people, they made them to become one Nigeria. And after all the struggle, 1960, Nigeria had their independence. Nnamdi Azikiwe then was the president, and the Hausa man was the prime minister, and the rest of them. Now it has passed 100 years, and Simon Ekpa has reminded them that this amalgamation, the agreement, was supposed to last for only 100 years, that it is now time for these amalgamated people to be separated into different parts so that they can go their different ways. Let's go down to what Mr. Soludo is saying, because he has said that any worker in Anambra State that did not come to work on Monday will definitely lose their job. The Anambra governor has made unsuccessful attempt to stop the civil action initiated by the indigenous people of Biafra. Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra State has threatened to cut salaries of workers who fail to go to work on Monday in compliance with the infamous sit-at-home order usually enforced by the indigenous people of Biafra. Mr. Soludo stated this on Monday while addressing the state workers during the 2023 May Day celebration held at Alex Ekwueme Square, Awka, according to a report by the Punch News. The governor said the Monday sit-at-home had become an excuse for workers to stop coming to work on Mondays. insisting that such would not continue under his watch. Monday sit at home has become an excuse for workers to stop coming to work on Mondays. This cannot continue. You cannot be working for just 4 days a week and earn full salaries. We must get back to working on Mondays. If we do not go to work, we must not get our full salaries. We must be paid proportionally with the number of days we work if we must continue staying away from work on Mondays. Then we will start coming to work on Saturdays, he said. Mr. Soludo said he had increased the workers' salary by 10% in December and pleaded with them to start coming to work on Mondays. The indigenous people of Biafra in August 2021 introduced sit-at-home order every Monday across the southeast to pressure the Nigerian government to release its detained leader Nnamdi Kanu, who is on trial at the Federal High Court, Abuja, for alleged terrorism. The group later suspended the order in preference for the order to be implemented only the days Mr. Kanu appears in court. But despite its suspension, residents of the 5 southeast states, Enugu, Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, and Anambra, have been observing the Monday sit-at-home order mostly out of fear. Some residents and motorists, including commuters, have been attacked lately by gunmen for stepping out of their homes on Monday and other declared sit-at-home days. IPOB, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, has repeatedly disowned the enforcers of the Monday sit-at-home in the region. It maintained that the Monday sit-at-home remains suspended and described those behind the civil action as criminals attempting to blackmail the secessionist group. Now, you can see what is actually going on that Oga Soludo has said. Well, I think the indigenous people of Biafra has said that the sit at home should be only the days Maz Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court, because initially the sit at home was set up in order to pressurize Nigerian government to make sure that Maz Nnamdi Kanu is released. But of course, you know, Nigerian government, that nothing touches their heart. Whether you go up or come down, they don't even care. And this is a government whereby the government takes action without even considering what will become the outcome or how it is going to affect the citizens of that nation. For example, the issue of naira scarcity that's happened in Nigeria between January to February, and encroached in the beginning of March. Of course, so many governors pleaded with the CBN and the federal government to, record their order on, making Nigerians to make sure that all the old naira note they have be deposited to the central bank before 31st of January. And of course, you saw that after all this pressure and the rest of them, nothing still come out of it. The new naira has not yet circulated, and yet they came back and said, okay, you people should start using the money again. Then I started wondering, what was the actual purpose of telling people not to use this money initially? What was the actual purpose of banning the money initially? You found that it's just of no use. That these people, what they do is that they try to look for ways of making money for themselves, and they don't even care what happens to their citizens. All they know is just themselves. Once it's working out for them, because their children are abroad, studying, they are in good environment. They themselves, they have food in their fridge. The government is providing for them. They don't lack anything: clothes, fuel, and diesel, and the rest of them. So whatever that happens to the citizens, they don't even care. I think until Nigeria will only become good when they start doing things like the Europeans or the Americans, because there a senator can go to work with his bicycle and the rest of them and nobody cares. But Nigeria own is that the governor will be going with Maybach, bulletproof, while the citizens are languishing in pain. And if you try to know the source of income of this governor who is riding Maybach, you will find out that the money is also coming from the state coffers, and this money is owned by the citizens of the state, and one person, ends up amassing the wealth and using it for personal aggrandizement. Well, let me draw the curtain here. If this is the first time you are joining us on Info News TV, please go ahead and hit the subscription button, the like button, the share button, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to collect it. Thank you for listening to News Info TV. God bless you.